Hi there, Kira here with another scrapbook layout process video for the Wild Hare Kits Kit Club. And today I am using this cut file that I created myself. So I really wanted to do some flowers with these little felt half circles because I had this idea of putting the little circles in the middle of the flowers just like I'm showing you here. So I tried a couple different things and it just wasn't working. So I just created this cut file. I actually created this cut file a while ago and I was like, oh, I'll use it now. so I cut out a bunch of flowers that were big enough where the circle part of it would fit that little felt ball. And then I cut some in some smaller sizes as well, so I could back them with the turn the page 2x2 little papers. So the couple papers that I'm using to back the larger flowers are from my stash. And if you watched my video where I created 2 kits to use with this kit, so we got a petite kit this month, and I basically made 2 kits to kind of stretch my kit. So you can see that. I'll link that below if you haven't watched it yet. And so this is one of the kits that I made, which is a little bit more girly and kind of like fun springy colors, and the other one is more fall themed. So yeah, got all my flowers back now, and I cut out a large circle from this teal paper, and I'm gonna put it on top of just some regular white cardstock, but I'm gonna bump it up on some foam first. That way it'll just make it a little bit easier when I tuck those flowers kind of in and under and around the circle. And I am going to be scrapbooking a picture of myself. So the picture that I'm scrapbooking, it's a selfie of me, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell in the photo. I'm not very happy in this photo because this was the weekend that my mother-in-law and her boyfriend came to visit. And me and my mother-in-law get along fine. We don't really have any issues, but her boyfriend is the most annoying man I've ever met in my entire life. I am not even exaggerating. I have never met a person that annoys me as much as him. But every time that we've met him before, he's annoying, but he's always been kind of harmless. Like, he's not mean or anything, whatever. But then this time he comes to visit, and he kept making comments to me about when I'm going to get a job and when I can start contributing to the house, and things about like usually on the weekends, me and Chris, we kind of have an unwritten agreement where the weekends are like, well, his days off are basically my days off. So he gets days off from work, but that's when he has to kind of pick up any slack at home. So he has to do the, change the diapers. And I mean, I do that too, but he just does like most of it on his days off because I do it the rest of the week. Like, I'm done. I need a day off too. And any of you that are moms, you know that we moms, we don't get days off. So we kind of have, me and Chris kind of agree that, yeah, his days off are my days off. So when his mom and his mom's boyfriend were visiting, he kept like making comments like, oh, shouldn't your wife be doing that? Or why are you cleaning the kitchen? What's Kira doing? Like things like that. And it's like, me and Chris, we equally share the household chores, and that's how it is in this house. And it was very offensive to me that he kept saying these rude comments, and I was just done. So done. So that's what I'm scrapping about now. And at this time I just needed a lot of reaffirming from Chris that I'm doing enough around the house, and that I'm doing enough to take care of our kids, and things like that. And I think that as a mom, we kind of all need times like that where our husbands kind of step up and say, you're doing okay. So I've got my picture printed out now. And at first I didn't know what picture I was going to scrap, but I made my decision by now. And I decided that the inside of the circle was, I don't know, missing something. But I just didn't really know what. And so I tried like pattern paper behind it, and it was way too busy. And so Mary thought that I should stitch like a border around it. And her idea was like just a border in like another color. And I was like, I like the idea of like white on white, just to give it like a little bit of texture. So I hand drew some leaves and just stitched those in white thread. And I really like the way that it looks because it gave just that perfect amount of like additional texture without making the page too busy. And I placed my flowers, all along how I liked them, and I think they look really cute, and I love those little felt balls. And I'm going to just tuck my photo in here over on the right hand side. Sorry, you can see my messy bun there. This chipboard bird was literally just sitting on my desk, and I was like, oh, that'd be cute. I just stuck it on there. I do that a lot when I'm scrapping. I just like look at what's on my desk and just start grabbing stuff. I felt like there was like a little bit of a disconnection from the bottom cluster to the top cluster. So I took one of the little 2x2 pads and it had these little butterflies on it, and I just fussy cut out a bunch of these cute little butterflies and put them up on the top. And then I still feel like it's missing something, but I'll add something else here in a minute. But I added this little phrase that I fussy cut out, and I think it says like, by the way, you're pretty great, or something like that. And then there's another one that I'm fussy cutting out now that says, hey girl. So I'm going to stick that one up top. And then I go into my kit. And again, this is the kit that I had built from the Wild Hare kit. And I pulled out this little yellow label, and I'm going to end up stamping a date on that. And then from one of the papers that I had put in this kit, there was like these little cut apart pieces, and there was this one that says beautiful, and it's got like little flowers on it. And at first I just kind of cut around it, straight, but then I decided that I needed it to be like fussy cut as well. So I'm going to fussy cut around that and then stick that above my photo. And then I think that, I decided that the picture, I've got it matted on some white cardstock, but I feel like it needs to be, like, have a little bit of color behind it. So I tested out with some strips of paper here. And I decided that I like that, so I end up just using that and just sticking it down, and I think that it looks fine. You can't really tell that it's like strips of paper and not like a full piece of paper. And then I had these butterflies that these are actually cut out from, like, I fussy cut them from my planner, and I had a couple of them, and I was going to use them, but they were just too big. And I was like, I have a butterfly punch. Like, maybe I should punch out some butterflies for this page. And so with the 2x2 pads, I punched out a few butterflies. The teal one is punched out from the teal paper that I use as my background. But the pink one, and I think I get another pink one, maybe, and put it at the bottom. Those are cut out from the 2x2 pads. And then I go ahead and add my title. And when I was texting Mary about my title, and as I was like, I don't know what to put as my title. And she had a suggestion that I'm not going to say, but but as we were talking about it, she had commented on like one of the YouTube videos. I had commented on her YouTube video and said like that I loved her layout, and then she commented back and said, I love your face. And so that's where I got my title from, was actually from her writing that. And so I was just going to have it be love your face, and that's what I have down now, and I just wrapped it around the circle. And then I'm going to add some baker's twine to these little butterflies, and this was from my wild hair kit, so I did pink and yellow. And then once I get the twine down, I realized that like the bottom left part of the circle is just like missing something, you know, like it should be like part of the title's missing there, like it should be longer. And so I end up adding the word amazing down there, so the title ends up being love your amazing face. And then let's see, I glue my twine down, then what do? Oh, I'm gonna add some of the bows from my kit, and these are the Amy Tangerine Hustle and Heart bows, which are freaking adorable. I love these. I think they're so cute. So I add a couple magenta ones and then this light pink one. And then here's where I finish off my title. And these stickers were just for my stash that I added to my kit. And I just got them at Tuesday morning. And then once I'm done putting my title on, then I go ahead and add some gold Heidi Swapp Color Shine kind of all around my page, and then I call it done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you soon for another layout process video. Have a good day. Bye.